destined to become an international superstar. Welcome back to the stage, Josh Groban.
Thank you, Rosie.
Nice to see you, honey. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy for your success, Josh.
Oh, come on, thanks.
You are loved and adored all over the country, all over the world.
He has fans called grobanites.
Yes.
Yes, I do. Oh, thanks for coming.
Do they stalk you? What do they do?
They come to the shows, you know, they make buttons and they...
They have them on.
Yes, they're supporters because they're inspired by your voice. You have a very, very unique and beautiful voice, Josh.
Thank you so much. Well,
You really do.
You can change someone's whole day. I mean, someone can be having like the most awful day and just get in the car and throw in your CD and it's all okay. It really
Man,
is.
I wish
You
my
have
own CD could do
power.
that for me some days. But,
Do you ever
no.
listen to your duet with Barbara Streisand? I think that's just beautiful. on her
Sometimes
own.
just to if I'm having a bad day, I can just say, you know what, I did this. This is
Yeah.
cool. All right. So yeah, Barbara was an amazing support, and it was great to do that song with her.
Would you attribute a lot of your success to David Foster? He's the one who actually introduced me to you.
Exactly
Yes.
right. David Foster has just been the greatest friend, and you know, he discovered me when I was about 17 years old, and it was strange for me because with the kind of voice that I have, I never expected somebody, you know, that high up in the music industry, you know, 14 Grammys for every, you know, pop singer under the sun,
Yeah.
to say, you know, you're unique, I really like what you do, and let's figure out a way to get it to the public. And it was a huge risk on his part, on a lot of people's part, and on my part as well for, you know, for jumping into it. So, you know, thanks to the fans and for everybody out there who really kind of made the grassroots effort to get it out there. It wound up happening.
What was the first TV show you ever did?
Oh, let me see. That would be the Rosie O'Donnell Show.
Really?
1998, I think it was.
Yes, you know what happened? I was hosting the Grammys, and Andrea Bocelli wasn't feeling well, and he
Right.
didn't want to do the warm-up for his song.
Right.
And so David Foster said, hey, I got a kid here. Would you let me let him sing it? And I'm like, I don't care. Go ahead. And you sang it, and then you came on my show. We have a little clip. Take a look
no.
at this. Yeah, you're adorable.
Oh,
Take a
man.
look.
Younger.
I saw you. What did I scream from the stage?
Hey, opera boy. I'm saying, me?
I'm like, how many opera boys are there here?
I know,
You're the
I
only
know.
one. Go, you want to do my show? You're like, okay.
I think I did. I think.
Yeah, that was it. You did that, and you did well, and you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you very
You want
much.
to continue and be a professional singer?
I do.
You
I do.
And you have, my friend.
I have.
You certainly
Thanks to you.
have. Yes, indeed.
I walked into Banana Republic the day before, and I said, that's the suit. That's the one I want for that show.
Yeah. And it worked. You're
It worked.
adorable then
Thanks.
and now.
You recently went to South Africa, right? And you
I
met
did.
Nelson Mandela. Can you just tell us what that was like?
That was, I
life-changing.
know, it was probably one of the single most important moments of my life. It was,
to be.
we were so excited to go to begin with, just because we'd been, you know, so fascinated with the country and the history, and the fans there were just so great. But then to be asked, I mean, we didn't know we were going to meet him when we got there, and he asked me to be the ambassador, one of the ambassadors for his 46664 campaign for AIDS awareness. And so, you know, we went to Johannesburg, and we went to his office and sat down, and, you know, you don't say much when you meet Nelson Mandela. You just sit and you take in as much as you can and just listen to everything he has to say.
He's
and
it.
he is it.
I mean,
He's it.
talk about heroes in the world. That
Yeah.
guy
Yes,
really,
indeed.
really is.
He absolutely is.
What does
And,
it stand for, 466?
That was his prison number.
Oh,
And he's
wow.
donated it to, you know, to raise awareness just because of his journey. And
One
And did that
person.
affect like the writing on Awake, this CD?
it did. You know, I've always been really fascinated with the music from South Africa and all over Africa. But when we went there and we really became reinvigorated by it, and when I came back to Los Angeles, I thought, you know, now is the time to kind of start incorporating those sounds that I'd like to into my music. And so some incredible South African artists lended their gifts to the CD.
Yes.
Ladysmith Black Mambazo, who I've just
One of my
loved ever
favorites.
since the Paul Simon Graceland
I
CDs.
was my thinking. That was one of my
they-
favorite
that's where
CDs
you
of
know,
all time.
Paul was really one of those first people that introduced, you know, this country at least to that kind of cross-pollination of sounds. And so
Incredible.
they were great. Vusi Malasela, a great South African artist. You know, so it was definitely a flavor I wanted to include on the CD, and I definitely hope to do it more in the future.
And
as
you
well.
also you have another CD too, right? A special one for Valentine's Day.
I did. I teamed up
Is that
with Hallmark, which has been so much fun because, you know, they're the place for, you know, if you got something to say on Valentine's Day, they're going to help you say it. And
Yeah.
and you know, I've sung a lot of songs that deal with the many sides of love, and it just seemed kind of like a win-win situation. So I teamed up with them to make a CD just for Valentine's Day and just for Hallmark called With You. That's kind of takes from a lot of the kind of lovier kind of songs that I've done on my last few CDs, as well as 2 brand new ones as well.
You've probably been asked this a million times, but when you were a child did you realize that you had this voice? Was there a moment where everybody said, "Oh my God, listen to Josh"?
As soon as Rosie said, "Hey, opera boy," I kind of thought, that was kind of one of those moments where I was just like, "Did you hear that, Dad? I'm an opera boy." Golly. No, I didn't know I could really sing when I was younger. You know, when you're a guy too, you kind of have to wait for the voice to drop a little bit. And so when I was 13 or 14, I sang a song at my school, and my parents didn't even know I could sing. And I invited my mom, and she was crying at the end of the song. And I just thought, okay, well, I was kind of a shy kid, and I thought, this is my form of communication. This is my way to express myself. And it was a huge moment for me. And I had the bug for music. I didn't know whether I would go into singing entirely. I always loved to play piano and drums, and I loved theater. I thought maybe I'd be an actor for a little while, and that's just kind of what how it came about.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. I remember you on Ally McBeal too. That was such a great role. That kind of introduced you too to America in a way.
It did. I mean, that was a huge moment for me. You know, with David Foster, I was always singing at a number of charity events. He's always lending his talents to a number of different causes, and I sang at one in particular, David E. Kelley, the creator of the show, and the whole cast happened to be in the audience. And I did my thing, and I went home, and Mom, Dad, it went great. And then David E. Kelley called the next couple days and said, "We'd love to put your music in the show." And I was going to be the wedding singer at the end of the episode, which I was thrilled about. But there were some casting changes, there were some rewrites, and they said, "You know what? We got some news for you. We've written your part into the whole show. So can you act? We'll see when you get there. Just stand on the X. Don't look at the camera. It'll be fine."
Well, you can and you do, and you're going to do some singing for us when we get back. Josh Groban, don't go away. We'll be back.